Patterns. A pattern is a replica of the object to be cast, used to prepare the cavity into which molten material will be poured during the casting process. Pattern is a tool used to produce the mold cavity. It is a mold making tool. The shape of the pattern is same as that of the component or casting, but the size will be slightly larger than the casting. Pattern is also referred to as the positive replica of the casting. A number of castings can be made using a single pattern. Functions of the pattern. A pattern prepares a mold cavity for the purpose of making a casting. A pattern may contain projections known as core prints if the casting requires a core and need to be made hollow. Runner, gates and risers used for feeding molten metal in the mold cavity may form a part of the pattern. Patterns properly made and having finished and smooth surfaces reduce casting defects. A properly constructed pattern minimizes the overall cost of the castings. Types of pattern. Various types of patterns are being used in metal casting are single piece pattern, split or two piece pattern, match plate pattern, cope and drag pattern, gated pattern, sweep pattern, skeleton pattern, loose piece pattern. Single piece pattern. The single piece or one piece pattern is the most inexpensive of all types of patterns. This type of pattern is used where the object is simple and does not create any withdrawal problems. For prototype development, a single piece pattern is most frequently used. This type of pattern is expected to be entirely in the drag and one of the surface is expected to be flat, which is used as the parting plane. Split or two piece pattern. Two piece pattern is the most common in metal casting industries. The pattern is split along the parting surface. The position of split is determined by the shape of the casting. One half of the pattern is molded in drag and the other half in cope. The two halves of the pattern must be aligned properly by making use of the dowel pins which are fitted to the cope of the pattern. These dowel pins match with the precisely made holes in the drag half of the pattern. Match plate pattern. When there is a requirement of large scale production of a small size casting, match plate pattern is a viable alternative. Match plate pattern requires less time to adjust the location of the pattern in cope and drag. The cope and drag portion of pattern is mounted on the opposite of hood or metal plate. Both the drag and cope can be prepared simultaneously by the use of the match plate pattern. Cope and drag pattern. The cope and drag parts of the pattern are mounted on a separate plate of wood or metal. Two different workers can be used the individual pattern plate to produce the respective molding box, thus reducing the time for entire mold production. Gated pattern. Many times it is required to produce the multiple small parts in one go. In such case, small part cavities are created in one mold and these cavities are joined by a system of runners and gates. This arrangement helps to achieve higher productivity. Such type of pattern system is known as gated pattern. Sweep pattern. For axis-symmetrical casting such as bells, the full cavity of the casting can be created by sweeping the pattern around the spindle. The pattern is a part of the full shape of the end product. Such patterns are known as sweep pattern and are preferred for shaped castings. Skeleton pattern. As the name of the pattern suggests, this type of pattern is made of strips of wood or plastic. These strips are used for building the skeleton of the pattern, giving the correct shape and size of the pattern. Around and inside skeleton of pattern, molding sand is packed. This type of pattern is used for very large casting. Loose piece pattern. Sometimes loose pieces need to be added with the pattern. These loose pieces help to facilitate the pattern withdrawal from the mold. This type of pattern is used when the casting as projection or undercuts. The projections and undercuts may create hindrance in the withdrawal of the pattern from the mold. Hence, loose piece pattern is used in such cases. Materials used for patterns. Wood. Well-seasoned teak wood is used for the pattern. Wood is soft, light and easy to work and takes the shape easily. Used for producing smaller number of castings. Large and small patterns can be made. It wears out faster, cannot withstand rough handling and can absorb moisture. Metal is stronger than wood but heavier than wood. Can maintain dimensions accurately for a very long time. Does not absorb moisture. Used to produce large number of castings. Has longer life. It is difficult to repair. Bigger size patterns cannot be made using this. Wax is a low melting point material. Imparts good surface to the mold. Can be recovered and used again and again. Used in investment casting molding. A combination of paraffin wax, beeswax, etc. is used for making the pattern. Plastics. Plastic material is a compromise between wood and metal. Thermosetting resins like phenolic resin, epoxy resin, foam plastic, etc. are used as materials for making pattern. It is strong and light in weight, does not absorb moisture, during its use and storage, gives good surface finish to castings. Thin sections are difficult to cast using plastics. Initially, plastic patterns have to be cast and finished to desired shape and size. This leads to the increase in cost of the final cast product. Plaster. Gypsum or plaster of Paris is another pattern material capable of producing intricate castings to close dimensional tolerances. They are strong, light in weight, easily shaped, gives good surface finish. However, they are used for small castings only. Plaster readily mixes with water and when allowed sets and becomes hard. Normally, plaster is used for producing master dies and molds. Pattern allowances. The liquid metal on solidification undergoes various types of shrinkages. This shrinkage may be because of metal characteristics and also may be because of pattern, gating and rising design. The shrinkage affects the dimensional accuracy needed in the final casting. Hence, in order to get a correct casting, various allowances called pattern allowances need to be put on the pattern before making the mold and subsequent pouring in the mold cavity. Similarly, the pattern allowances are also need to be provided on the core patterns. Shrinkage or contraction allowance, draft or taper allowance, machining or finish allowance, distortion or camber allowance, and wrapping allowance. Shrinkage or contraction allowance. The metal when solidified shrinks volumetrically. There are two types of shrinkages. Liquid shrinkage. After pouring the liquid metal in a mold, the metal starts solidifying. When metal solidifies from liquid state to solid temperature, there is reduction in volume of the liquid metal. This reduction is known as liquid shrinkage. The reduction in volume is compensated by the riser, which stores liquid metal, and the metal in riser remains liquid later than that of metal in cavity. Solid shrinkage. Once the casting is solidified in the mold cavity, the contraction in volume when the temperature of the casting moves from solid to room temperature of the casting occurs. This contraction of volume is taken care by providing the shrinkage allowances in the pattern. The rate of contraction with temperature is dependent on the material. For example, steel contracts to a higher degree compared to aluminium. To compensate the solid shrinkage, a shrink rule must be used in laying out the measurements for the pattern. Draft or taper allowance. All the vertical surfaces of the pattern is provided with a taper allowance so that the pattern can be removed safely from the molding sand without tearing away the sides of the sand. This taper allowance is also known as draft allowance. In this case, till the pattern is completely lifted out, its vertical sides will remain in contact with the vertical walls of the mold, thus tending to break. In this case, the mold walls does not break when the pattern is lifted out of the mold. As a guideline, when the taper allowance is provided on the inner surfaces of the pattern, the allowance is generally higher than that of allowance which is provided on the outer surface. Also, the amount of taper allowance depends on the length of the vertical side of the pattern to be removed from the molding sand. The first diagram shows pattern having no draft on vertical edges, and the second diagram showing pattern having draft on vertical edges. Machining or finish allowance. The allowance provided on the pattern to take care of dimensional accuracy and surface finish of the end product is known as machining or finish allowance. Sand castings provide in general poor surface finish. In order to achieve the desired surface finish, the casting need to be machined. The allowance to take care of extra metal removed to achieve the surface finish is called the machining allowance. The machining or finish allowance depends upon the type of molding process, method of molding, shape and size of the casting, orientation of the different surfaces of the pattern in the cavity, degree of finish required, and metal of the end product. Distortion and camber allowance. The distortion in casting can also happen due to its typical shape. For example, if the casting has the form of the letter U, V, T or L, etc., it will tend to contract at the closed end, causing the vertical legs to look slightly inclined. This can be prevented by making the legs of the U, V, T or L-shaped pattern converge slightly inward so that the casting after distortion will have its sides vertical. The distortion in the casting because of the shape of the casting may occur due to internal stresses which are developed due to unequal cooling of different sections of the casting and hindered contraction. Measures taken to prevent the distortion in casting include modification of casting design, providing sufficient machining allowance to cover the distortion effect, providing suitable allowance on the pattern called camber or distortion allowance. The diagram showing distortion in casting, required shape of casting, distorted casting, cambered pattern. Wrapping allowance. When a pattern is removed from the molding sand aggregate, the pattern is wrapped all around its vertical sides. This wrapping of the pattern is done to enlarge the mold cavity on its vertical sides so that the pattern removal from the mold becomes smooth. Since it enlarges the final casting made, it is desirable that the original pattern dimension should be reduced to account for its increase. There is no sure way of quantifying this allowance since it is highly dependent on the foundry personal practice involved. It is a negative allowance and is to be applied only to those dimensions that are parallel to the parting plane.